Hey guys, and this is Joel from the IO Coin development team, IO Digital. I'm joined today by my good friend Richard, our community manager. Richard, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you. Nice to have this community gathering.
Yeah, we started a little early, right on the clock, 2 o'clock. I hope everybody's having a great day today. Saturday here in Miami. Obviously 2 o'clock, sunny day, beautiful day, but as always, I'm spending my time making sure that we have the best that we can have now for this DIONS release coming up. So, Richard, I'm gonna be putting up here our wallet in our overview, and we're gonna wait probably like about another 5 minutes to let people join us. So stay tuned for our overview and show of our DIONS wallet for IO Digital. We'll be right back. Stay tuned. 2 more minutes. If you're logged in right now, you are in the IO Digital IO Coin channel. We are going to be showcasing our DIONS wallet. It's currently in testnet. We are 10 yards away from touchdown, guys. And today we are going to be showing all the great work that we've been doing in the past couple of months, leading up to our very close and soon to release DIONS. Please stay tuned. It's 2:02. We are waiting for people to join, and we are going to start the live cast very shortly, so stay tuned. This is Joel from the IO Digital development team. Stand by. We are going to go live shortly with the look of the wallet. All right, folks, this is Joel from the IO Digital Dev team. I have Richard with me, and we are about to show off our IO Digital and IO Coin DIONS wallet. Yes, and we're gonna have a great time, probably like the next 15 to 20 minutes. So if you have some time, stick with us so that we can go over the entire wallet. Richard, are you online here with us?
Yeah.
Okay, great. So I have to say, guys, that this has been a very interesting couple of months, to say the least, with so much hard work that we have been doing. Before I go on to show off the entire wallet, I want to bring in here so that we can take a look at the wallet for the current HTML5 wallet, which is our current IO Coin wallet. As you can see, it's a very nice wallet, you know, from what we had in the QT. We spent a lot of time getting ourselves out of what we thought, you know, QT for us, it was like a Bitcoin thing. and we wanted to set our own path. And that's why we developed this HTML5 wallet for IOCoin. And we spent a lot of time and hard work on this wallet. And if we take a look right here, and I just want to kind of go over it real quick. I just lowered down the music a little bit. Yes, Richard.
I think you muted the sound of yourself as well.
Oh, okay. Can you hear me now? I should be live. I should be live. We should be live. If you guys can hear me out there, please chat in Twitch and let us know if you can hear me. If you guys can hear me. I should be live. If you guys can hear me, just let us know so we can continue on. So hopefully you guys can hear me. And basically what we're doing right now is just showing you guys the wallet, the current IOCoin wallet. All right. This is what we were working on before. Obviously, you can see the overview, DIONS, where you can register your name, our settings. Pretty, you know, I would say user-friendly type looking wallet. And from this wallet, we decided that we wanted to expand. We wanted to, obviously, in our blockchain, we were going to enable all kinds of different things. And the wallet was just not going to be enough real estate for us to be able to do the things that we wanted to do. So that's why we decided to then start working on a new wallet, which is the new DIONS wallet. So I just want to put them side by side for just 1 second. Hopefully that's on camera right there. And you guys can appreciate now both the wallets side by side. I just want to, Richard, are they listening to me out there?
Yeah, they do.
Okay, great. So let's continue on. So as you guys can see, this was our wallet and this is our new wallet. More real estate, more things that we wanted to bring into the wallet. So going back into it, and now I'm gonna, for the guys that already saw it, I'm gonna now minimize this wallet so that we can start going into our DIONS wallet. So we spent a lot of time thinking. How we could make things more user-friendly. That was the idea. So a lot of people ask, why did you guys doing the HTML5 wallet? Why not this? Why not that? Well, we want to keep the user experience for our IOCoiners extremely user-friendly. So that's the answer, guys. That's the first answer. And this has taken a lot of work because obviously, if you guys see all the projects out there, they usually release the code and, you know, they don't really get too much involved into what the wallet will be. They just basically take the Qt, put something on top of it, and they go. So we really put a lot of thought into our wallet to make sure that it was the best that we could do as a user-friendly wallet to our people. The next thing that we need to discuss is that when some of the projects out there go into the HTML5 or JS type wallets, they obviously use them as light clients. Light clients are wallets that do not download the entire blockchain. They connect to a server where the tokens or your coins are living in, and via private key or whatever, you know, password, passphrase, you can access those tokens. So therefore, you are not connecting to a blockchain, you are connecting to a server. So therefore, those wallets don't really have a lot of things happening in terms of transactions and different things that are, you know, usually occurring in a wallet. For us, it's a different story. We have to, because it's the most important thing of a blockchain is to keep things decentralized. We have to make sure that our wallets are staking wallets. Why? The reason being is that when we talk about decentralized, when we really truly talk about decentralization, what it means is basically nodes. It means different IPs, different computers, coming in, interconnecting with each other, and that's what makes it secure. Because a hacker obviously can go into a server, say centralized server, and take the server down, and that's it. We all know that, So, in my view, if you have some type of HD wallet, there is always the possibility that somebody can go in if they find that particular server and maybe take them down. And those like client wallets are not going to be able to connect to that particular server. It may be down for a little bit. Maybe you want to move your tokens. Maybe you want to do something and you won't have the possibility of doing that. Sometimes we see that with the Jax wallet. Again, not to say that they're bad. It's just that those are the things that happen. Things go down and they have to go repair, fix, and then come back into their wallet system to make it work so that people can connect to it. So for us, that's not the way it will be for our particular wallet. Our wallets are staking wallets. We want our people to connect to other wallets to expand our blockchain. More nodes equals more security. It means that we have hundreds of nodes out, and definitely will help on the security. So that's why when we look at the overview of our wallet, I'm gonna start going over the wallet so that you guys can get accustomed to what we're doing. All right. It was very important for us, and this is something that Richie and I were talking about, right, Richard? We were talking about the staking, how important it is if you're there. And one of the things that we were talking about was to make sure we had a really good button and presence of staking. We want to push staking. Why do we want to push staking? Because through staking, we then secure our blockchain. So simple as that. Not only do we secure our blockchain, a lot of the users that are engaging in staking will receive transaction fees from our DIONS blockchain upgrade that we are doing now. So in our overview, we have create DION, we have send, we have disable staking or enable staking because we're currently staking. And as you can see, the wallet is staking. This is a testnet, guys. I want you all to know that we spent a lot of money, personal funds of ours, to create an environment, really robust testnet, so that we could test all the things that we're doing before we go live. We don't want to go live and then have people having problems, having all kinds of sorts of issues, that are happening. When people just get their wallets on a release, and then they have all kinds of problems with their wallets. So we wanted to spend some funds in making sure that we could test our wallet as best as possible. So going back to the wallet, we have a create DION, we have send, we have disable staking. Obviously this right here is called the avatar on the left. The avatar is for you to display any icon that you would like to display. At the top, we have the connections. Currently, the wallet has 4 connections and the staking information. So in the overview, in the next couple of weeks, we're going to be adding 2 tabs right here, right below, which is basically going to tell you the staking amount, and it's also going to give you the information of the fees that you're going to be earning as a staker, and we're going to go over those fees shortly. So right now we have 107 IOC. These are testnet IOCs on the overview. And one of the first things that we want to do right now is, and show you guys, is how easy it is for anybody to just create a DION or create an alias. It's very simple, very easy, very easy. Even my mother could do it. She just basically will click here, create a DION. All right, very simple. We're going to choose a name. For this testing purpose, I'm going to create Wiz Test Go. Wiz Test Go for now. Okay. I'm going to press enter. And we're going to say everything looks good. That's to make sure that this is what we want. The fee is automatically calculated. It's going to be a 0.01 IOC fee. And then we click on create a DION. Once we do that, the transaction happens. Because it's testnet and we are staking, you're going to see like, whoa, there's 2 transactions. Well, it's because we're staking, so we're getting that fee. But that's not the way it's going to work in live. So it's going to be a fee that's going to go out. And then hopefully, if you are staking down the line, you're going to make the fee of someone else that created that DION. So because it's testing, you are going to see these 2 things happening. But like I said before, the transaction will go out. And hopefully later, if you are staking, you're going to make that fee back. So if you are staking, you're essentially creating a DION, an alias that's free. Once it's created, it's going to go into my DION section. As you can see, we already have created some aliases here in the system. And it says now plain, and some people may be thinking, why does it say plain? Well, we're going to change this. It's going to actually say public to make it very simple for people to understand. Plain equals public. It means that we took this DION alias and we made it public from encrypted. Because as soon as you create an alias, it is automatically encrypted, AES 256 encrypted in our blockchain. It means that it's not visible in the blockchain in terms of the Explorer. So the Explorer will show a transaction with a regular address, but it will not show the actual alias in the Explorer. So here, you as a user will have the option to either keep your alias encrypted, or you can then make it public. If you make it public, that means your alias will be shown on the Explorer for people to see. So maybe a business, say Burger King or something like that, they register their name, and then they want to decide to keep it public. So everybody knows that if they type Burger King, they can send the payment to Burger King as a business. But maybe if you're a private citizen and you don't want people to know, or you want to do a transaction maybe with your friends or your family, maybe you want to keep it encrypted. So if it is encrypted, then the alias won't show in the Explorer. For this test, we are going to decrypt this alias. So we're going to click right here. And it will say this name is currently encrypted on the blockchain and you are requesting to decrypt it. The name will be visible to the world in plain text. Are you sure? We click OK. That sends a transaction. And as you guys hopefully noticed, already I created 2 transactions. So a lot of people ask, what's the incentive to stake? The incentive to stake will be transaction fees on the blockchain, aside from the staking rewards. So we're talking about staking rewards, 2%. The higher the staking is in our network, the higher the percentage goes back to the stakers. We're talking about a transaction fee when you send the payment. We're talking about a transaction fee when you create an alias, when you decrypt the alias. So there's always transactions that are happening. So the stakers have a lot of incentive right now to keep their wallet staking and help our blockchain be one of the most secure blockchains on the planet. So right now we have decrypted WIS. At this point, this alias is being shown in the Explorer, and it's now ready for me to basically send or receive funds. At this point, I'm going to bring Rich. Richie, are you here, yeah. Richie? Okay,
I'm here.
Good. So what we want to do now is have Richie send us some funds, and then we're going to send to him. Richie, go ahead. You can either send to any of our, Joel, if you want. Yeah, you could try Joel.
Yeah, just logged into our Windows HTML5 DIONS client, and I'm going to send to the alias with test go 5 IO coins. Let me see. I'm gonna send it right.
Okay, that was okay.
Now.
Okay, thank you. And there it is. I just received the 5 IOC from Richard. It's pretty fast. It will be that fast for the ones that are asking. Confirmation. The confirmation has already happened. So we have received the 5. In the next couple of days, we are going to be enabling the transaction details. So people will be able to click this button and it'll see the transaction ID and all the information associated with this transaction. Thank you, Richard. I got it pretty fast. I'm going to go ahead and send. Very simple. Let's say we want to send to Richard. Send at recipient. Richard. Press enter. Send them the 5. Network fee is automatically calculated. As you can see, it says 5.001. That's the lowest fee. If you increase your transaction fee in our network to say 0.1 or 0.2, the next block, you're basically telling the blockchain, hey, I have a priority. Please look at my transaction before anybody else. And the highest transaction fee will get that priority. In this case, there's not that many people in our testnet, so this should be sent pretty fast. There it is. And I have just sent, very simple. I just sent Richard 5 IOC. Guys, it does not get any more user-friendly than this. This is the dream that I had when we started IO Coin. And I'm not going to go any further, and I just want to talk to you guys about this. When I came into the space, obviously it was Bitcoin, which is great. I love Bitcoin, but it was complicated. And my friend at the time and now, Chris Perillo, when I was talking to him about blockchain technology and stuff, he said, hey, this is just too complicated. This long address, I have to learn all this address. So it was, it was very complicated. And I said, well, you know what? Maybe there's something that can be done. And at that point, what I personally did was I looked into my pockets and I said, you know what? I love the technology. I think this is going to be something huge down the line, but it's just not user-friendly enough. And I think that maybe we can work on a project that's user-friendly. And that's basically how IO Coins got started. It was with a vision of making things very user-friendly. And today, I'm seeing my dream basically come true. And it doesn't matter to me if the price is here or there. This is something amazing. This is something that's user-friendly. And when it goes out to the masses, this is how it should be if they want to transact with digital tokens, It should be as easy as, hey, Richard, let me send you some 5 IOC. You go here, you type Richard, Richard. One more time, Richard. Type Richard. You put your amount. Boom, everything looks good, you send. Transaction goes out, and it gets to Richard. It just doesn't get any more easier and user-friendly than that. And that was the core thing. So the team has accomplished that. Before, in our current IO coin, we did this semi-centralized. We needed a server to communicate back to the wallet to then send to someone else. That's no longer. So not only did we just make things more easier, because some people say, well, there's alliances already happening, but what we're trying to do is just make it even more user-friendly and give the option to people. Again, when we go to the DIONS section, give people the opportunity to decide if they want their alliance to be public or they want their alliance to be private. And I think that right there is extremely important. It may be that I don't want to have everybody know that WizTest Go that I have right here is one of my alliances. I just want Richard to know that. So I say to Richard, send me 3 IOC to WizTest Go. I tell him just like that, and he'll send me to WizTest Go, but it's not going to show if the alliance is encrypted, because in this case scenario it's public. It's not going to show the name, it's just going to show a transaction. And I think that, it's important, and that's the transaction right there, to keep things private for certain people that want that privacy. Going into the private tokens like Monero and other tokens like Dash and all of that, we, a long time ago, we decided that we did not want to, okay? And I want you guys to stay with me. Stay with me with what I'm going to say this. Just stay with me right now. We decided at the time, there was a really big hype. Oh, you could do private transactions. Nobody's going to see it, blah, 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 blah. But I always knew one thing. As soon as any wallet, Bitcoin wallet, Litecoin wallet, it doesn't matter what wallet, any node that you connect on your computer to your ISP, they know the traffic that's happening. Okay, they don't know the amount, they don't know all this stuff. Of course they don't. But the way they were marketing it at the time was like, oh, you know. And I said to myself, well, I wonder how private is this really going to be. So I saw the Monero, they're working very hard, and they have come up with something amazing. I think, the way that they send, they send to one person, to that person splits, and then sends to that person that they want to receive, and then nothing is seen in the blockchain. Great, So the reason I'm talking about this is because obviously through some people now in the day and age that we're living think that, this whole privacy thing or, stealth, it's going to bring, people, selling drugs and all of this stuff. So then there's this fine line. And then you have companies right now. You have companies that just might not want to transact in a blockchain that has that. And then you have other ones that may not care so much for that. So, it just depends. It depends to what company. A company may not care and use Monero. A company could care and use Monero. So it just depends on who will decide to transact. But that's what was happening at the time. So we decided we're not going to do private transactions in terms of the money. That does not mean, and I want you guys to listen very carefully, that does not mean that at a certain point we don't have those cards in our pocket. Those cards are in our pocket. That's why we're showing you guys a private alias. We're going to go as far as that as of now. As of now. Because we work for the community. It is our community that we care about. And for now, that's our direction. To keep our transactions public, at the same time, give the option for people to keep their alias private. And I think that that's the fine line that we're walking. In the future, it is open to discussion if that's something that the community thinks is important. Those cards are in our pocket to enable a private transaction. But for now, that's what we have. But I just want to let you guys know that our team is fully capable at any moment to do many different things. So going back to what we're doing and talking about our alias. We created our alias, it's now public. And then you see some tabs here, it says show DNS. Because we do have a DNS system that's built into DIONS. This is a feature that's going to be enabled for release. And we're going to do another video with you guys talking about the DNS and everything that we're doing with that, enabling it with the alias. We also have upload file, download file, and transfer. Really simple. So when you register an alias right here with Tesco, let's say I want to upload my social security number. It may be that I type my name and then I want to upload my social security number so that we can have an identity. We can have an alias with that information. It could be a JPEG, it could be a PDF file. It's just simple. I'm going to click upload file, choose the file, open. And when it opens, it's going to create a transaction and store that file, encrypt it into our blockchain AES-256 encryption. And it's going to be attached to that alias. Let's say, for example, that instead of being a user, you want to store a book. All you have to do, all the user has to do is create a DION alias, choose the name, and let's say it's Harry Potter for this test. Okay? The book name. Click everything is okay. That's going to be the document name, not the username, the document name. And now it's going to be right here. So now you can timestamp that particular document. All you have to do is upload the file, choose it, and upload. We are doing a 1 megabyte per block, which means that a 500-page book could be attached to this alias. Okay? And with that, somebody can timestamp or even copyright in the blockchain through timestamping their book or music sheet. So those are things that are possible, with DIONS. And there's a whole lot of other things. And maybe Richard can talk to a little bit about companies that are talking to us. Maybe Richard could attest to a couple of things that we have been talking, Richard.
Yeah, we've been talking to a lot of companies the last few weeks, actually the last few months. And basically they're all looking for a way to store data into the blockchain. And we have that enabled in our DIONS release. And basically they're saying we want to create a proof of concept, create our own application, or connect the current blockchain of DIONS to our application and try to figure out a way to improve our services and try to store the data. And there's a lot of companies talking to us. I was just contacted by IBM yesterday. They said, well, we want to have you guys into our partnership program. We've been talking to Tata Communications. We've been talking to a lot of companies that have amazing ideas to use blockchain. Cannot elaborate too much on the use cases because that's already we've been talking about with those companies. We said, well, we can talk about some names. We can talk about the use case. So there's a lot of talking going on, but
right.
Like I said before, we want to release DIONS first, and we have a lot of companies waiting in line.
And that's just the ones that we can kind of say right now over this channel.
Exactly.
So going back into the wallet quickly, I don't want to bore you guys, with a lot of talk, but I'm just really passionate about the work that we've done. I mean, I'm telling you guys, it's 18-hour days every day, very passionate, a lot of passion in this project. So as you guys can see, so we have our aliases here, we have our DIONS here. And then if you go into RSA keys, these keys are created automatically as soon as you create your alias. And they are basically attached to the alias. So what we're working on right now is to add the name, the alias, to this RSA key so that people know what alias, what RSA keys goes to what alias, to make it very, very simple for our users. So
we have a question, Joe, about the transferable aliases between users. So
absolutely,
you just uploaded the file like the Harry Potter book.
Yeah,
it's possible to transfer the book to another person, right?
Absolutely. So at that moment, if the particular person wants to transfer that to another user, they will click on transfer. Where it says here enter address, it's going to work with the alias. So all they have to do is put Richard, press enter, Richard, press enter. It's an invalid address because we have not enabled the username right now. It will be enabled shortly before DIONS comes out. And then it will basically, you click right here, are you sure? Transfer. And again, there's a 0.01 transaction fee. All you guys that are going to stick with us staking, there's going to be a lot of transactions happening in our network.
So basically, if I put something in the blockchain, I can transfer the ownership to another person, right?
Correct. And at that point, the DION will leave your wallet and it'll go to that particular person. Now, let's get into messaging. So through here, maybe I probably forgot something. There's something called pending invitation. So earlier today, Let me send, I think we have an invite, right? The invite is ready to go. Yeah. So we have an invite here that I had from Richard. It says unknown. We're currently changing this from unknown. It will say the name, the alias of the person you're messaging with. All our messaging through our blockchain is AES encrypted. The code was done from scratch. Derek has been just amazing with the work that he has done, and we have been testing this for now over 2 years. So it's been amazing work that we have done. And when you click chat, you guys can now see our chat system or messaging. It's fully encrypted at all times. And I'm going to send a message here to Richard live. We are live with our community. Yeah. And there goes the transaction fee.
It.
And Richard just received a encrypted message.
I'm gonna write you back.
Okay.
Oh, some typos in there.
Oh.
Okay, I'm going to send it right,
All right.
now.
Okay, no problem. There it is. And
so
there you go, guys.
This is decentralized storage. So
all encrypted.
It's
all encrypted communications. This has been a lot of work, guys, for our team to implement all this great work that we've been doing. We think this is going to be amazing. Now, I want to make it clear that this is for our users. This whole experience with the wallet is for our IOCoin users. But third-party companies via API will not be looking at a wallet like this. They're going to be utilizing our communication system, possibly to do third-party applications, third-party messaging systems, and other things, that we have been in talks with are going to be happening in the blockchain. But our IOCoin holders are going to be able to enjoy all this, different things that we have going on, in the wallet and the features, as encrypted communication. This is going to be DIONS v.1. For DIONS v.1, like I said before, it's not going to say unknown. It's going to have the alias's name so that you know who you're contacting with. It's going to be all time-stamped. All this messaging and everything that you're doing is going to be all in your .dat. So you have to make sure you're backing up your .dat file in your computer. And that way you can keep all your backups available. There is a program called GPG Tools. I don't know if a lot of people are familiar with that. And it's basically, you could just encrypt something and send it to somebody with an encryption. What we have done here with DIONS is basically something similar, but make it extremely user-friendly as to just here, where you create the DION. Okay, you upload the file and you transfer it to somebody else. So you can transfer files encrypted to somebody else. Again, this is just, it's been amazing, the things that we have been, able to do. And there's more to come. This is just DIONS v.1. Like I said before, it's just going to keep on getting better for our other versions that are planned. And we are going to release an update on DIONS release. We are going to release an update of what DIONS v.2 is. We're looking into a few things to add to the DIONS. Very exciting things. So I hope you guys continue on the path with our team for the long haul. Right now, what I did was I went to settings and I want to now change the avatar, so I don't have this avatar, and I could just basically change it right there, and that will change the avatar. Right here we have the backup wallet. we can click on that and we can put our .dat on our desktop if that's where you want to save it, or you want to save it somewhere else so that you can have a backup. The blockchain synchronization, this is going to give you all the information as to how you're synchronized. Load at startup, reserve balance. Okay, this is very important. When you're staking, if you create a transaction while you're staking, it will basically reset your staking. So what we have decided to do for our people, which is available in the Qt, and we brought that feature from the Qt over to the HTML5, is for people to set a reserve. Basically, if you want to only stake 1,000 IOC, you will then set that as a reserve. It will stake the 1,000 IOC, and you're free to do whatever you want with the rest of your balance. So that way, it doesn't really touch up any of your staking coins that are being used to basically secure the blockchain. And then here, the wallet's not encrypted because I have not created a passphrase. The wallet was open for the test purposes, but basically here I can basically put my password, confirm. When I do that, the wallet will close, it will reopen, and then the wallet will be encrypted and locked up. When you want to do a transaction, you basically open up the wallet and you're free to send a transaction or a registration. We're going to have a section right here, which is going to be buy IO coin. It's currently connected to CoinMarketCap, where people can see all the information that's happening, in the markets. From here, hopefully, you're going to be able to log into Poloniex and then do transactions, with Poloniex through the wallet. So that's something that it's obviously going to be added to the wallet. So at this point, this is a basic. We haven't gone into other features that we are still touching up. But as you guys can see, guys, we're very close to release. I mean, this is we're almost touchdown. We're almost touchdown. Everything is now functional. It's very solid. And, there's just a couple of things that we have to clean up, some tests that we have to run. And we are going to be releasing. We're going to do a pull request in our GitHub account, and we will go live once
Joe, maybe that's
something
to explain as well, because we had some questions a few
Let's
months ago and last weeks as well.
Absolutely.
About the closed source development we're doing.
Yeah.
Right now, what's the idea of that?
One of the reasons why we closed sourced development for us, this was a very, very hard decision. And what happened was that when we went into development, we started seeing a lot of different other either devs or whatever the case may be. Once we said that we were going to work, the JS wallet, and we were going to do encrypted messaging, there was just a lot of people that were trying to have the same features that we have, but they were doing ICOs. So they were claiming, oh, we're going to do this, we're going to do that, we're going to do that, and hey, it's an ICO, send us funds. I'm not going to name other projects, but they were trying to do something like that. And, we said, well, we can't just have our code out so that they can just take it, copy it, and then sell it. Because I don't know, again, many of you may not know, but we're not trying to be a private company, but we are funding this on a private way. So if we are taking our funds, our personal funds to do this work, we want our community, our IOCoin community, to reap the rewards. After we release IOCoin, our code will be then going open source, so that the community of other developers can see and look into it and do whatever they want to do. And, they're probably going to try to copy it, which is at that point okay, because it was just during this period of time that we kept it closed so that we can have first to release without having other people taking it while we're working. That's gonna be available for open source because we are an open source project, but we wanted to keep the rewards to the people that actually bought the IO coin and have been with us for all this time. They've been with us for almost 2 years, and I think that they deserve at least, to have, these features that they are gonna get. For the version 2, again, we're gonna have more features with DIONS, and it's just gonna continue to get even better. I think I have a question here too. It says, will an API be available for third party on wallet release? Well, the way it works is basically that depending on we have already some companies that are lined up. So either they are going to have their own developers that are going to basically do their own API to create, a transactions within their own applications, or they may be asking us, hey, is there a way that you guys could develop an API for us? So, we're going to get into that after we release DIONS. Obviously, our team, is extremely occupied. There's other projects that we have to release. There will be some minor APIs, for basically a light client wallet. That's something that we have planned out, so that if they wanted to make a light client, that they could do that. But in certain cases, we are going to have some APIs, because there are going to be some companies that are extremely important for us to partner with, and they are going to at least, need our team to make available APIs for them to be able to connect to our blockchain. And in those scenarios, yes, we are going to be having some APIs available. I think I got another question. Go ahead.
Yeah, there are a few questions in Slack as well, but I also got another question. Also, the question is, well, we've spent like 2 years in the making of this incredible project. People ask, why do we create an HTML5 wallet from scratch? Because that's a pretty hard thing to do, right?
Right. It's extremely hard. And again, the Qt, even though now the Qt, you could basically build on top of the Qt, through HTML. We wanted to just basically have a system that would be more flexible to the things that we are doing. Not only flexible, but also have an edge in the design, so that we can make it look more user-friendly. Like, right now we are testing in a Windows computer. I mean, obviously the wallet, it's going to be available for Mac and other systems. But we wanted to make it very user-friendly on the look of things, so that it doesn't have that old Qt feel. So that was one thing. The next thing was user-friendliness, which is the second thing. It's also very, for JS, JavaScript devs, JS is not a walk in the park, guys. JS is not a walk in the park. This has been hard work. JS, it sometimes, could be challenging. So, we have gone through, all kinds of stuff just to get this to work. But the developers that work JS, basically all day long, this is what they, live for. It will be very exciting, the things that they're going to be able to do to our wallet, because right now you're looking at DOS. Let's just say that's like DOS. When DOS came out, then DOS went into Windows XP, Windows 7. So we are going to grow from this wallet, guys. This is not the end. I mean, right here, for example, we have received payment, DIONS settings. You're going to click on the cogwheel. There's going to be settings that are going to come up. So all these things, we're going to continue to work them to even make it better, to make it more user-friendly. So the HTML5 wallet will allow us to do this sort of things that we want to do. Also, we have an idea, which is basically, let's say you're not going to be dealing with the wallet and it's taking your entire screen. We're going to make it so that it's a widget. So there will be another little button. It's not going to be available for V.1, but we're going to work it so that when you click that button, then it turns the wallet into possibly a little widget that will come up right here, and it'll tell you the staking and what's happening, and then you click on it and it'll open up into the big wallet. So those are the type of things that we would like to do coming up, with the HTML5 wallet.
And got another question from somebody in Slack. Is IOC targeting micropayments? I think it's a good question.
to be for the user that just asked that, sometimes it's so many different things that are happening out there, with development. Micropayments are for example, Twitter, Twitter bots and stuff like that. I think we have one developer that's talking to us about micropayments, and he's going to be working on some appies for Twitter and Facebook. So yes, not the team per se is just working on the code, but we do have other developers that have come up to us that would like to do some micropayment channels through IOC. Mm-hmm.
Got another question. Chameleon sidechain technology. We're going to widget. The Chameleon sidechain. To what extent can sidechains be used to build a platform on top of it?
Well, we're basically talking Chameleon, so I don't want to get too deep into that because this is not the IO Digital blockchain as is right now. It's not a sidechain right now. That's something that we are going to be talking about when Chameleon is available. So I think that's a question that we could probably answer once we get to talk about Chameleon. But yes, you can build third-party applications on top of a sidechain that will communicate either with the IOCoin blockchain or the Chameleon blockchain once we get there.
And are there any plans for using two-factor authentication into the wallet?
Okay, for that, a lot of people have asked that because our wallet does not connect to a server. All right, that's why some of these other projects are enabling 2FA because they have a connection, from the wallet to the server. So you do want to have some type of protection so that you're the only one that has that passphrase to connect to the server to then retrieve your private keys. But our current wallet is a staking wallet, so all the security happens locally. What our suggestion is going to be to all of our people that are going to have our wallet is that if they can if you're going to be one of the people that are going to be staking, like I am going to be staking, I personally have a dedicated computer, a dedicated mini computer. They're actually fairly inexpensive, $300. You have Raspberry Pis for $100. So you can have a dedicated computer, and in the dedicated computer, then you can have, your firewalls, you can go into your router, you can lock up all your ports and just keep that particular computer to do your staking. You can reserve, like I said before, you can go into the settings right here. You can set a reserve of how much tokens you want to put into stake, so at least you're secure in the network. Maybe you don't want to put so many tokens to be staking at a particular time. So there's no, the more you stake, the more possibilities you have to earn fees. That is up to the user.
Yeah.
So
we also had a small discussion, Joel, with about master nodes. What's your idea on that?
Right. We've been looking into master nodes, and
because that's.
Are you still there?
Everybody who has got master nodes.
Right.
Well,
okay. So in terms of the master nodes, it's something that's happening. I think they call it governance, right? Hey, Hal, did I pronounce that right? I don't know. I think I need to take some some pronunciation classes. Guys, I'm from Puerto Rico, so you're gonna find that my pronunciation is gonna be a little here and there. But Spanish is my first language. So going back to masternodes. So the masternodes, we've been looking at what they're doing. Like for example, Dash and Stratus. So look, this is our view right now. We basically saw that they're basically marketing this idea where you can take your coins, basically put them into your wallet, and if you do that and they incentivize the user to keeping those tokens in, it helps the blockchain because they're helping to secure that blockchain, and at the same time it keeps tokens away from maybe getting dumped on the markets or wherever it may be. I mean, in the end of the day, Dash is doing very well. I mean, I don't like talking anything. I mean, if something's going to retrace, it's going to retrace. I don't know if we look at what happened in Dash as an example, okay? So They did the master nodes. People put their coins in it, and they were all there. Then the coin pump. People had their stuff in their wallets. They can't move them. So if you want to move it, there's a rule. You know, you got to keep this tokens. You got to have that. Blah 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 blah. Now the market is acting a different way. So if you are a trader. Of course, you know, this masternode thing, they're not going to care about that, you know? They're not here or there in Dash for the long haul. So to them, you buy here, you sell over there. For the people that are with Dash for the long haul, yes, masternodes are extremely enticing because they can take their coins, put them there, and get some amazing rewards, you know? For us, which we haven't used the term masternode. Currently we have a different set of incentives, which is through transactional fees. All the transactional fees that happen within our blockchain are going to continuously make fees. When you create the alliance, send it here, send it over there, bring it back, send a message. All those things are going to continuously make fees. When we start bringing companies to do things, they are going to be transacting in the blockchain. More fees are going to be happening. So we don't want to force it up on people. Let's just put it like that. If they want to put this amount or that amount, people are free to come in here, set the amount and set a reserve that they want to put to stake. And depending on the amount that they want to set to reserve to stake is the amount of fees that they will earn. Also, when you have a masternode, although I checked into what Dash, I looked at the masternodes for Dash, if the masternodes, if we only have, let's say, 10 masternodes, it's just an example. I'm not saying that it's the case, but if we only have 10 masternodes, what could happen is that, hey, you have a blockchain with 10 masternodes. Let's DDoS those 10 masternodes. Let's just take this down. So it could be bad if you don't have enough masternodes. What we should be focusing on, if we're here, if you guys are with us for the long term, what we need to be focusing on is distribution. We want more nodes all over the world. We want more nodes, and there is enough incentives for people. So if they don't get a staking reward, they might just get a fee from a transaction that happened. So they might just get a fee from somebody sending a payment. So everybody that connects to our chain will have, one way or another, some gains from transaction fees, in our blockchain. So for now, we are looking into masternodes. Like I said in the beginning of the conversation with our community, we have a lot of cards in our pocket. I talked about private transactions. We're talking about, masternodes. There's a lot of things that can be done. So we have them in our pocket, those cards, but it's one thing at a time. Right now is to make sure that DIONS works flawlessly, that is perfect, that everybody likes it, that, a lot of people have told us, hey, it's user-friendly enough. And then from that, we can start looking into, for the V.2, hey, why don't we bring to V.2 this, that, or that? But I've been in this space for a long time. Maybe by the time V.2 comes out, there is a feature called Back to the Moon. And then everybody's pumping back to the moon, and then everybody's gonna want back to the moon. So let's see what happens when we get to V.2, and if the master nodes have proven in other projects that it has worked, that the private transactions is something that now is enticing, that is not as bad as maybe for some corporations to maybe come and join with us. It may be something that we can look into. We do have the code ready, locked and loaded to do any of those things if we decide to as a community. So that's the answer.
So Joe, we're already live for an hour. Maybe a small recap for people just joining,
Right.
like a minute recap,
Sure.
and then close up, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. So a very quick recap. We're right here. We have our current IO coin HTML5 wallet. This is our current wallet. You guys can see it's a simple wallet. Nothing really happening. If you had to register here, for Elias, and then, semi-centralized. And now we have upgraded to our current DIONS wallet, which will bring decentralized DIONS Elias creation. It will then give you the ability to keep the Elias encrypted or public. Plain will be changed to public. You are going to be able to register a book name, a copyright name, any name. You're going to be able to register it. You're going to be able to upload a file, attach it to it, and download it. But if you don't want to download and you want to send it to somebody, you want to transfer the ownership to that somebody, you can always transfer it. There's going to be some other settings that we're going to have available, and more features are going to be available to the DIONS. So stay tuned for those things in the next video that we're going to do for release. Obviously, your RSA keys, we're working now on adding the Elias to the RSA key so that you know which one is associated with which. Our messaging system, we went over it. This is Richard's address. He sent me an invite. I got it. I received it, accepted it. I clicked on contact and chat, and we were able to chat in an encrypted way, AS256, through our blockchain, completely encrypted. We have our settings sections, back up the wallet, load at startup, set reserve, encryption. We're going to have one here to set the fees. A couple of more settings that are going to go here. We're going to have our buy IO coin section, so you can do all your trading within the wallet and the things that you might want to look at the Explorer. We're going to have the Explorer in there and all the other things. Our transaction section is going to have the fees and the staking rewards, the send payment, which was very simple that we went over it. We typed Richard earlier today. We press enter, 5, very simple, and we sent Richard 5 IOC. Boom, we got the feedback. And there you go. That's our wallet. In this section, we have the connections, staking, backup, and we went over our avatar where we can just change the avatar to a rocket. Boom.
Okay, great.
All right, guys. That was the DIONS V.1 wallet. It has been a pleasure. It's Saturday. It's now 3 p.m. We spent an hour with our community. Before I go, I just want to let everybody know that, I'm very grateful for Derek, our lead developer, Derek Haddon. Sam has done an amazing job with our lab through thick and thin. He's been just working day in, day out, make sure that the lab is at the best shape possible that it can be. And Richard has done an amazing job with our community, and I'm just extremely happy that all these people, guys, all these people that are working on our project, okay, are working based on a lot of passion and very little funds, and they're doing this for you guys to have the best experience that you can have in a blockchain. We hope that you guys continue to support our team. We hope that you guys continue to give us your feedback. We hope that you guys continue to trust in the work that we're doing. Things will never probably be, extremely perfect, but we are certainly striving for that 100. And with that said, we are at the yard number 10. We're very close to touchdown on DIONS. There's going to be some testing going on in the next week or two. And stay tuned because DIONS is right around the corner. Richard.
Yeah, nothing to comment on that. Big thank you to our community members, especially for the test team, because they sometimes have a hard time finding bugs, but if they...
All right, guys, this is Joel from the IO Coin
large bugs
development team. Yeah. I love you all. I hope you enjoyed our cast, and I'll see you soon. If you guys have anything to say, you can always go to the Slack channel. Leave me a message. We're always available. And if I'm not, I'm working 18 hours a day on DIONS. We're almost out. Thank you, guys. We'll see you soon. Big hug.